Hello, everyone. I'm your meteorologist, Aleshly Castro. Thank you for joining us on this very fine Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. It is July 22nd of 2026, exactly 12:31. And I also have our special guest, Dan, which you're not a special guest to KNWA per se, considering you've been here for 20 years. But on my show,
I've been here a little while.
you're my
But,
special guest.
some people might watch for the first time. You just never know. But we got an exciting show today. And the reason I say that is because I wanted to kind of unveil the curtain as to some of the stuff that we've been working on as a weather team and also a friend of mine, a programmer as well. We just kind of wanted to share some of our, let's just say beta test stages on this. I think this is something that could really revolutionize the weather. And we're going to just get right into it. It's called 479WX. 479, obviously, the area code that we're located in the Northwest Arkansas River Valley area. If you're watching somewhere else across the country, we are in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and we cover 18 counties in northeast Oklahoma, Northwest Arkansas, West Central Arkansas, as well as Southwest Missouri. So that's what we are. We're meteorologists. We're a weather team, but there is a disconnect, Aleshly, as to when we're doing severe weather coverage and the reports that come in. And what we mean by this is we're talking about reports that, the Weather Service passes along, such as what are called local storm reports, the amount of reports that we get from social media, whether that would be on Facebook Messenger, whether that would be on Twitter, on Instagram. There's like, imagine going outside and having 12 mailboxes.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with one. And when you have 12 mailboxes that you're going out to, there's no way you're going to be able to sift and shuffle through all that, especially in a high intensive atmosphere like a severe weather environment or a severe weather event, because everything happens so fast. And me and my age, it seems like time goes by faster than I can keep up. And so we have created something called 479WX. And this is kind of the reasonings behind it. We have some of our points. And so why was this created? Well, we all know social media algorithms are out there, right, Aleshly? Yeah. And these algorithms have gotten worse, in my opinion. I think they've gotten a lot worse. I know that what I mean by this is people post stuff on social media, which is great. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how Facebook controls who sees what and when. And this is a problem in the weather enterprise because you are getting posts or notifications of posts that have been made 5-7 days ago. We're talking over a week. And this is a problem, especially when it's intensive, time-sensitive information, such as a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. When you see that 5 days later, there's no storm. It might not even be a cloud in the sky. And it causes confusion. It causes, let's just say, maybe even a little bit of sarcasm from the viewer. Yeah. It's out of our control, though. We can't control that.
And there have been times where I've seen comments from viewers, too, where they're like, hey, can you post more relevant stuff? And it's like, technically, we have. It's just that your feed has not recommended that to you. So, unfortunately, things get lost in translation, especially across social media platforms.
We can't control that. And I get there's an algorithm because there's so much. I mean, imagine going out and you have 6 billion mailboxes and you have to figure out what's pertinent information, what needs to go in there. But, so now we're realizing a problem. Okay, if we want, let's say a tornado comes through Springdale. It's 4 a.m. and we're in the middle of covering this storm, such as like March 30th, 2022. And we need to get reports in because pictures are worth 1,000 words and videos worth 1,000 pictures.
Correct.
Radar is great. And we don't want to lose sight of that. And we don't want to leave the radar. But at the same time, I think if you see the radar and then you see a picture of the damage that's right next to it, this is going to be revolutionary to severe weather coverage. And as of now, there's nothing that's really been developed like this. Yes, you can get local storm reports. It's text, but we are at the Weather Service's mercy on issuing those LSRs. And let me tell you something. I've been seeing the operations in the weather the National Weather Center and National Weather Services offices. And when they are really busy in severe weather situations, they're looking at the radar, not just one tilt, many tilts. They're looking at all this data. They're issuing the warnings with WarnGen. They're reviewing NWS chat, or on Slack, and they don't have really sometimes to filter out these reports.
Yeah, and they also have Storm Spotter Network as well, which we have seen time and time again. Not all of those reports are necessarily true as well, so they have to filter.
They have to filter that out too from the spotter network. I know, like false wall clouds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, this is tricky information, and so the process to get that social media information, such as people that were, basically involved in helping our coverage, we just didn't have that ability. And so now we are developing what is called 479WX. And so what 479WX, and we're going to meet the programmer here in just a little bit, but it is a crowdsourced weather information app. Like, there's a lot of things that are crowdsourced. This is something where people can be a part of our weather coverage. And we've already had some great success with it. Yep. So why don't we, maybe if you have that clip, Aleshly, and maybe we can bring that up. I wanted to clip what we did from the newscast just yesterday. We had some explosive thunderstorm development, not severe, but some beautiful clouds to look at.
Yeah, and I do have one of the clips pulled up here too. So
my house is getting a downpour right now, and our own meteorologist, Aleshly Castro, sent in a report on 479WX. We can bring that up, and this is the storm in East Fayetteville. This is looking from our veranda off in the distance. You can see the Graduate Hotel. That is a downpour right there, just on the east side of Mount Sequoia. My house is getting a downpour. So there you go. So number one, I'll just talk over this clip here real quick. You can see the marker on there. So this is where... And it's so instant, too. People send in reports and information. Doesn't have to be pictures, too, but pictures are obviously very helpful. So we can literally manipulate with the radar, click on that. We get your information. We also get the time it was posted. We also show the location it was posted. And, viewers have their ability to, to be private. They might want to not give away their exact location. We'll talk about that in just a bit. If we have that other clip too from Fox, because we had multiple reports coming in and people are starting to use this. And I think, obviously we really haven't fully, advertised it, as much as, because we're in the development process and we want to make sure something obviously works. So why don't we take a look here at the next clip, and this is from our Fox newscast at 9 o'clock when more storms are popping up. Some reports here that came in from 479WX. There's a look from Wyatt Puck. So you can see his information. That is a developing huge. And that is awesome. Cloud.
It is.
So it matches the radar, what was happening at the time, And so, you see another one. There's Aleshly. We've seen that. Storm in East Fayetteville gives a description. We can bring that up full screen. Finally, one more. This is what you call explosive thunderstorm. And that was from Alex Hall. Now we are continuing to work on the programming where the information when you make a full screen disappears. It'd be nice to see that, but if you pause it real quick, go back to that video and maybe we can just pause it when it's on a smaller screen. So, now, another thing too is this is the birth pains of beta testing. See the time up at the top? It's like overlapping. It looks like a double image. That's because we're building in the time into the radar now where we don't have to worry about popping that on ever, which is really nice. But there is a look at the clouds. So you see Benton County, Arkansas. You can see the ID along with the time that it's been sent in Z time, which is helpful for meteorologists. That's what they use. And then it gives, the user information. So it's kind of like a brand new social platform, and we are super excited about it.
And, we've been able to do some testing from our own backyards for the last couple of weeks. We've had our other meteorologists on board, such as Davion Huggins, or especially morning meteorologist Josh Rugger. Sometimes he'll throw in locations. And when we first tested it too, he was out in Kansas storm chasing, and he was able to send in like a photo of a wall of clouds. So it's also something where it's like, yes, it's local to our region, but say if someone was abroad per se, they're also able to share that information as well.
And we have it 479WX because we're launching it kind of local, but this is something that could easily go worldwide. And this could be something that, because there's just no specific location, and this is what's so important with meteorologists, is to
Yeah.
see the specific location compared to where the storm is. So
Yeah.
we should meet the developer.
All right, Dan, are we ready to bring in
We are.
our
This is
developer?
what's nice about quiet days
Yeah.
is, yeah, the weather might be quiet, but boy, we're busy always behind the scenes getting ready for the next big storm. And one of those people that have been doing this the most is programmer extraordinaire, weather nerd. He's one of the nerds just like us, as even basically self-proclaims himself that
Yeah.
Denton Sachs. Denton, thank you so much for joining Beyond the Forecast.
Hey, thanks so much for having me here. So excited to talk about this. Honestly, excited to be at the stage to where we can talk about it and kind of launch it out, because we've been working on this hours and hours and hours for many days. So uh, first, thanks for everyone who has worked on it. It's really made a difference in the beta testing. There's been a lot of viewers who have signed up for it just during the beta processes, when we were still building the app, when we were still building what the architecture looked like. We just really appreciate that. It helped out a tremendous amount through just simple things like getting the email signups or getting logged in. Getting all those bugs worked out. It was just really a collaborative effort to the entire community. And that's what this is for. This is for everyone in the Northwest Arkansas community. And like Dan mentioned earlier, we already have the infrastructure, and we already have all the naming and everything to take this on a national scale as well. So this is just kind of step one to really the growth and the collaborative effort of the program. It's a new, different way to kind of develop, but I think honestly it's the best way, because it gets everyone involved in it, gets everyone bringing kind of their part of it to the table, because ultimately this is to keep people safe, and this is to get like you said, just rapid information out there. Not the only algorithm we have is a clock, and your post expires after about 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours. We can set that and change that, and it just declutters the screen for us. That's really all it does. So that's the only thing that's affecting your post. It goes straight live. Like you mentioned earlier, it is location based, so that's a new and different kind of way to get your media out there. You do not have to share your exact location. So what happens if you made 5 posts from your house? It's going to pick a random distance from your location up to about 2 to 5 miles, and maybe even more or less. We have some math that goes into that, but it basically makes it nearly impossible to find your location. So we call it fuzzy location. It's your general vicinity, and it's shared in a secure way to where you're not giving out your personal information onto the internet. You can do that. So say you're at some tornado damage at a certain location, there's an option in the app to share the precise location. So then exactly where that damage is at, and that gives us just a really high resolution ability to know damage, to know impact, to know just different events. If you're out at a concert and you want to say, hey, we're having great weather, there's options for that in the app. It's not just for severe weather. It's not just for getting damage across. It's a lifestyle post as well, if you choose to do that.
Now we can demonstrate this, Denton, as we're talking about it and as you're showing it. We've got the desktop version. There is an app, and this app has gone through testing and has already passed the Apple App Store. So we are already, obviously made it to the App Store. Android is a work in progress. We know that many people have Android phones. That's a totally different programming, but actually, Denton's been mentioning maybe even a little bit easier in terms of getting it on the Android Google Play Store. But we'll be able to do that soon. Let's demonstrate it here, and we can show exactly what's going on. So, Denton, here's what we've got. So this is the map that we have. Radar, by the way, is included. Obviously, there's nothing on the radar. Tell us a little bit about some of the features that we have when we're posting.
Yeah, so you can post from the desktop. So if you have some high resolution video that you want to post from your desktop, this is geared for the layperson and storm chasers alike. I've been involved in broadcast media for way more years than what I want to say on air, because it's been a long time. But the struggle has always been to get your information, get your media from the field to where it needs to be in wherever it's going. So this gives you a really streamlined ability to either post from the desktop or post from an app, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're using at the moment. Like you mentioned, this map here, it will show you a little bit more detail on the. I like to view it on the web. I like big screens, and so to see the radar and to see the different posts pop up on the map is really interactive. I put that post there in East Fayetteville. If you want to click on it, that'll show immediately, hey, it's just blue skies edge to edge. And if you want to make that video bigger, you can full screen it just like that. So it's super easy. It's
audio included too.
Yeah.
Audio included, absolutely. So it's really easy to get media from your device to a viewable format for media. For emergency management can use this. Really, everyone can see this data, and you can see that's what I call that fuzzy location. So it's just somewhere in that general vicinity, and it's really not even inside that circle. Dan, you know where it's at, and you can tell it's not even in that circle. So it just gives
it's
you
close, but it gives you an idea.
Gives you an idea. So you know that the general vicinity of the weather impact without giving away your exact personal information. If you don't want to do it, it's your choice to do it. You mentioned that we are working on the Android app. That is a work in progress. It is a little easier because Apple's pretty strict about what they allow in the App Store and how the social media interactions work and with the moderation. So we had to work through that. It took a lot of hours, and we finally got that done. So that should translate nicely over to the Google Play Store as well very shortly.
And the thing that I also want to like and bring up too is also the social aspect when it comes to this as well, because you can upvote, you can downvote posts similar to like some sort of social media websites. You could also comment on people's posts. I think it really helps on the interactive side where we're able to connect with our viewers even better, because that way I'm able to directly acknowledge their posts, whether it's through on TV or whether it's through here as well through the website. And even like I mentioned, morning meteorologist Josh Rugger, he's also posted a couple of things. Like, for example, this video from him earlier outside, enjoying the sun just because those dew points are down across the region. And then, of course, you also have another post from him as well where he posted Harper, his dog. And like we mentioned, this is also sort of the lifestyle thing. It doesn't have to be strictly weather at all. One thing I did want to share with everyone is honestly how to share a post, because we spoke about it briefly, but let's go exactly through the steps that you will have to take. So here's the desktop, for example, which it shows new extreme heat warnings as well. So that's really cool to see. But to add a new post onto 479WX on desktop, you just click the plus post there. It's going to be the same on your phone, to be exact. There's like a little plus sign at the bottom of your screen. And so it's going to be asking, what's happening right now. So we're just going to say very pleasant outside, quick little detail. And I'm going to type the same thing on my phone. And the reason why is because I want to show people instantly how fast it's going to show up on Mega Doppler. So let's say, there's all these different tags. You can add up to 5, also very optional, but it helps us filter out the type of reports you guys send as well. So let's just say, clouds or maybe sunrise, sunset, that kind of thing. And then if I wanted to use my location, typically what you could do is like allow this time. However, if you wanted to use your exact location, there you go, you can click all that. But if you want to use your fuzzy location instead, then just leave that unchecked. Just going to be like KNWA as our location, because we'll be able to see location as well. So I'm going to put in that same information on my phone real quick. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to add photo or video, because I'm going to be adding a photo from my phone. I won't be able to do it through the desktop, but just to give people a quick example. So I'm going to go ahead and show the people real quick as well, just the same exact thing on my phone, same exact thing, very easy to navigate. There's the photo that I added, and now I have to set my location. So
and before you hit post, I want you to go to Mega Doppler, because that's where it's going to show up as a pin. Wait till you see how fast it is.
And post.
All right, we're going to zoom in.
And it should be posted.
Okay, so it's posted. Give it just a few seconds.
Were you able to pull it up, Dan?
Yep. Yeah, I did. We did have it off because we're in beta testing, obviously. And so that was operator error. But Denton, tell us about these pins right here real quick.
Part of what we call a unified place file. It's going to be really a great and easier way for the meteorologists on air to interact with the media, interact with people literally having a conversation with viewers while they're doing severe weather coverage. It's pretty amazing, honestly. And there's nothing else like this on the market. You're only going to see this on KNWA Fox 24 because it is absolutely the quintessential thing that we're on the leading edge of severe weather coverage, and we're on the leading edge of the severe weather media interaction. So it's really a cool thing that is able, like I said, to have a conversation literally with the meteorologist on air while you're seeing what you're seeing, and converting that into media for the meteorologist to consume and talk about on air and share with all the viewers.
Friendly for vertical and horizontal videos, but horizontal videos for TV definitely preferred. Obviously, I know Instagram and all the world does a lot of vertical videos, and while they work, even in 479WX, it is a little better to have horizontal video if you can. I just want to preface that. But we'll take a look
and
here.
Dan, this is something that we're on the losing we're on the losing end of this argument. I have this argument all the time with my wife, who is a social media content extraordinaire, and really she has been just instrumental in helping us get this off the ground, both in just the family life and getting the information out and getting the social set up. Really has been a big part of this. So I want to give a shout out to her because it's been an absolute team effort. Everyone has been pulling on this to get it out. It's kind of a homegrown effort, right? I'm not a developer by my professional standards. Maybe I am now, but it's this is something that we've all done together and made really a great thing here, and that you're only going to see in this market.
Yeah, super, super duper excited
and
about
I'm so
it. Josh was excited too. Did you see him jumping around?
Jumping around because the weather's just so beautiful and fantastic.
Yeah, he's loving it. I do want to mention too that 479WX is also going to be this, interactive way to post photos, videos, and different things like that. But at the same time, we're also developing kind of like a weather stream where people will be able to watch from our weather authority team current conditions, local conditions, radar, and our live stream as well. Because here's the thing. We don't want to have people bouncing around to different locations. And our stream, obviously, through our website, through our Facebook pages, through X, through YouTube, we want to continue to do all that. We don't want to stop all that because people are going to consume that information however they get their information. We want to make sure everybody has the ability to get the stream. But also at the same time, when people are posting these reports, you don't want them to lose sight of the stream. And so it's actually built in. And whenever we go live, these are all part of the beta testing. But it's just a way to enhance your weather authority team at KNWA Fox 24, make our streams better, make our streams more reliable, make our streams easier to find, and also be able to interact with them. And the information that we can provide can also help the Weather Service by posting those reports. So it's kind of like a two-way street. Information comes in from us, and then information comes into the Weather Service too.
Yes.
Can you get it loaded up there, Denton, to share?
Microsoft Teams says it's
sharing.
It's sharing, so I don't know, but
I don't understand because it's not showing up.
If it doesn't, people can certainly download the app, take a look at it. It's very logically laid out. It's very similar to the web view that you saw just a few minutes ago. It's just on a narrower screen. But a very important note is that 479WX TV that runs 24 hours a day. That brings in current conditions from around the area, brings in our weather cameras that across the area, which gives you a really cool way to just show what you're seeing. Here you can see there's the iDrive network up right now on it. So this will run 24 hours a day, giving you information. Live watches and warnings are going to pop up there. Here's the view from the Huntsville Airport. It gives you a few seconds of some pre of the camera so you can kind of see what's going on, and all of the KNWA information is going to be ported right in here automatically, so you can see this anytime you want, anytime it's convenient. I have it on a couple screens around the house. It's just nice to have
cool
that information
music too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can play the music. This is all music that we can use. It's licensed, so we're good in that. But And on top of that, you know how the Weather Channel does these retro Fridays?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got that cooking too for
Nice.
479 WX.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's where you can scan that QR code. So I've got the QR code here coming up, but that's a little more information on that. Where it kind of gives you
so
all that
this is actually
information.
a really well-timed little spot here. So at the beginning where this will kind of rotate around here, we're going to have some spots here to where we can put information. We can put a promo like this here. So which is this is promoting the app. And then you're going to see that little splash screen there, just kind of showing it that the loop is starting over, and you're going to start seeing the current conditions again around the area and some just different cameras. So, this is 479 WXTV. It's part of the app. It's built into the app. You can view it from the app. You can view it on YouTube, Twitter.
It's free.
I put it on Instagram.
Yep.
Too. So it's just we're going all over the place with it.
I know people are asking always, what's the price? This is a free app. And so obviously the development and the creation and all that stuff, and using servers can cost money.
Yep.
But in terms of the consumer to download it, it is a free app. So also, too, Denton, you got some exciting things for a little incentive for someone that wants to download potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we have some gift cards that we're going to give away. So if you go on our socials, you like and share the post, that'll give you an entry. Then you can download the app. That'll give you another entry. So we're going to be doing that daily up until probably about Friday, Saturday, just whenever we run out of the gift cards, right? So we're going to give one of those away probably about 10 o'clock tonight. So be sure to enter to that, share the post. You can share this video, multiple ways to enter. And we're going to give away some gift cards, maybe some swag as well that we have coming up. So
it's all in
definitely
conjunction with your Weather Authority team too. That's what's so awesome about it. So I love it. All the information that we provide, right there where people can consume it whenever they want. And a lot of programming notes too. Storm spotter streams will be popping up on the radar too. We're working on that. When I say it's mainly Denton, but I'm the beta tester, if you will. I can break programs pretty easily by putting them through the ringer.
I say Dan often that he is the anvil to which my dreams get smashed.
That's so funny.
Just absolutely, just destroy something that I think is rock solid. So.
Well, another thing we've got too is I know we're running out of time here. We're almost done with this episode. It's amazing how fast time flies by. But we are going to share this on our socials too. But I want to mention that the WeatherBug cameras are going to be able to load into the Mega Doppler source. We'll be able to see those 479 WX posts.
Yeah.
And then finally, this is what I think is really cool. Storm spotters will be able to tell when they're live. We'll be able to pop up their streams, all without losing sight of the radar. It is going to be game-changing, Denton, when severe weather strikes the next time, and people are just going to get a bunch of information immediately.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Urgent, time-sensitive information immediately. If we can bring up Max 1, I've got a QR code right there. There it is. You can scan that, 479 WX. Like I said, coming soon to the Google Play Store. But this is a way for you to interact with your Weather Authority team. We have apps. We have weather apps. I definitely recommend downloading those because it's got our forecast information on there. It also has our pushes. We're working on getting that into 479 WX. But at the same time, we don't have the ability to alter and change those apps.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to be able to branch out.
But I think that's all the information we have to share with everyone. Honestly, thank you everyone for watching. We hope that you're able to interact with 479WX, whether it be as soon as now or when there's severe weather, pretty much anywhere, at any given time. We know people were really excited when we first debuted it, and so much so that it crashed the website when it came to signups because so many people were trying to sign up at once. But hopefully
we got that fixed.
That is fixed as well.
And you don't have to deal with two-step notification all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, can we please not have a two-step notification every single time for signing up?
Yeah, so that's all taken care of. But of course, thank you everyone, and we will see you around.